obviously March Madness has started. A lot of the guys were projected to pick, or if we get number one or whatever we land, like a lot of the stars, next generations of stars, are on national TV being presented during the March Madness, and some people are pulling out on your boy Jabari Smith.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Pause. Yeah, pause.
Actually, yeah, pause. Pause on that.
Depending on where we land, like if we get number one, I don't know if I would consider Jabari Smith.
No, I agree with you. Pick. Nobody here would you argue? Chet's number one.
Yeah.
Chet should be number one on all draft boards.
Yeah.
Now, what pisses me off about people, and this isn't just in general about all sports, recency bias. I hate it so much, and it's a big part of sports because we watch things.
Best team in the NCAA.
Yeah, well, listen, we look at Jabari Smith all year. Everyone's, oh wow, what he's doing as a freshman. Really, the only true star player on that Auburn team doing body of work. He was the number one player on a team that was the best in the country for a while. Yeah. And now they lose to a Miami team. And let me explain something to you for people who actually know what's going on when you're watching the game. All right, Miami's running an and one box or a box and one defense. You know what that is? Yeah. Box and one defense. It's 4 players around the free throw line and 1 player specifically on the star player. Yeah. So, like for example, Miami would put 1 player on Jabari and have 4 in the box. So it's pretty much have your other teammates beat me. Yeah. Your other teammates have to beat me. I'm not letting Jabari Smith beat me. And Jabari isn't a playmaker like that where you could put him in these situations, and maybe that's a fault. He'll learn that, but he's not a playmaker like that to where if you put him in those situations, he can create for others. Maybe if you put a Cade Cunningham in that type of defense, he's like, give me it. I can work this defense. Jabari Smith struggled against that defense. They knew right away off the bat, your teammates are going to have to beat us, Jabari, and they didn't. No one showed up. Jabari didn't show up, of course, but this is what and he did get yammed on. But this is what I value about Jabari. All right, what are you when shots aren't falling? I always say that. Yes. Jabari gave me 15 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Yeah. So you're telling me a guy that can come out, even if he's not shooting the ball, he's a perimeter player. And by the way, that box and one defense, it's most effective around perimeter players. Like if you're a post player, you can find a way to score. Jabari's on the perimeter. It basically was a perfect way to defend Jabari.
I took coaching basketball in college.
And they okay,
I know what it is.
Okay, he's good. He knows. So, he knows.
All right, I have a question then. If it's a box and one defense, isn't it still one-on-one?
No, one player.
Yeah, it's like you each got your own. It's kind of more of zone.
It's like zone.
There's a one-on-one in a zone for that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, like if you're Jabari, I'm guarding you, and everyone else is just pretty much kind of like floating, like guarding, like it's a zone, but they're like let your teammates they'll contest a shot, but we're looking at Jabari.
It's a zone to double him if he comes in his
like
zone.
they were double teaming. He was getting doubled. I mean, he was clearly like freaking out in that game. He had no idea what was going on, but that's the reality of it. You're the number one option. It's tournament time. You got to show up, and
our boy, failed to do so. Our boy Nick Leach dropped a number on me too in the room as well. Like he's shooting under 40% within the 2-point field goal range. That's not good.
But hold on. Before everyone gets ahead of themselves, where's he shooting from 3?
What do you mean?
Where is he shooting from 3? What's his percentage? Off the top of my head, it's 40% at least. Yeah. So you're telling me it's a guy who's shooting mostly from the perimeter player.
Yeah.
He's not taking shots within 5 feet from the basket. That's where the Chet Holmgrums. He's great from the 3-point line. Chet, great finisher. Chet can finish around the basket. That's why you're seeing 60-70% damn field goal percentage. Yeah. Jabari's a perimeter player. So as much as I agree with it, don't buy so much stock into that stuff because, again, it's about him being the sole option on Auburn. Shots are going to be up. And what happens when shots are up? Efficiency goes down.
But if Chet's gone, who do you take?
Chet's gone?
Yeah.
Not even blinking twice, Jabari Smith.
Jabari?
Not even blinking.
After watching, because at that point, he's just like an elite role player. Like he's like a Rashard Lewis is what I was saying to you earlier.
Mm-hmm. Jabari Smith?
Which was Rashard Lewis. Nice piece, right?
Right.
But am I taking a number 2 over like Paolo? Because Paolo can ball too.
But
I'm taking Jaden Ivey.
I love Jaden. I would take Jabari or Jaden over Paolo. And let me tell you why.
Me too.
Because with Paolo, his game, and he can expand it, of course. But right now in college, what I'm seeing, there's a couple issues. He's a fantastic scorer. Can't take that away from him. He can score the basketball. Can't shoot, and I'm not talking about shooting at all. He can't shoot free throws. Yeah. Like if you can't shoot free throws, at least like he missed some down the stretch in the MSU game. I thought it was going to cost him, but I really did, and that's where my struggle. Like if Paulo is having, let's say Jabari bad shooting night, plays defense. Paulo, he plays some defense, but he
played great defense.
There's more. He did.
Michigan State.
He did step up.
And in the same argument though for Jabari, I'm sure defenses are paying much more attention to Paulo when they play Duke as well.
No. Hell no.
Duke has better
Duke has
four
guys that are going to the NBA this year.
Yeah.
So honestly,
Paulo's the number one option, no?
he's what he might be, but there's like, let's say there's Paulo at 18 points. And then I believe there's Wendell Moore at like 16. Like there's other
Williams.
guys. It goes Jabari Smith and then the rest. Yeah. That is pretty much how it works on Auburn.
Yeah.
Paulo doesn't have that dog in him either. He doesn't like
I think he does.
if you were that guy, if you're that dude, when you're down the stretch against Michigan
ball.
State like that, give me the ball. Yeah,
But it's
college. Yeah, college is different.
no, but still,
College,
it's
they run the
not.
system.
Jaden
It's-
Ivey
you
did
play in
that.
half-court offense.
That's what Jaden Ivey did.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey had the ball in his hands basically the entire second half of the second half.
And that's the way they run
And
their offense.
that's
though,
why
but
they won.
Coach K is like pass the ball.
Fundamental.
I mean,
yeah. Coach K, Tommy was the same
we
way.
saw
But we had Miles Bridges, who Izzo could have just let fucking go off, but he didn't. He made him play half court offense.
Yeah, he
Pass
limits
the ball,
him.
pass the ball.
He limits him.
Coach K does the same thing.
But Miles, in those moments, Miles stepped up. Against Purdue, he hit that shot.
Yeah, he did.
Against other teams, he's the man taking the shot.
Who took us out that year in the tournament? I was super fucking pissed off watching it. I'm like Izzo, bro, just fucking give Miles the ball and let him go.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tennessee.
And that's the problem I saw with Paulo. Like as talented as he is, you saw down the stretch.
Yeah.
I didn't see
He
him.
faded.
I didn't see him. He
Yeah.
couldn't make shots.
It
And
was
that's
Roach. It was Williams. Like,
yeah,
those guys.
Roach was all those
he was
guys.
getting to the buck. They were hitting tough shots too.
How many shots he taken in the second half? Did you look that up or no?
I think he took a handful of shots, and I remember looking
Actually, I
at
can pull it up.
What I did is I looked at the play-by-play, and I looked at the entire second half.
Yeah.
And I saw turnovers, missed shots. I didn't see any made shots. I might have saw one. Yeah, I think he hit a layup down the stretch. I think he did hit a layup actually. But other than that, the first half is where a majority of his points came from.
Yeah, he was balling in the first half.
He was. He was getting buckets. So it's not to take anything away. Paulo's still going to go top 5, but I'm talking about at number 2, number 3. I would take Jabari. I would take Jaden Ivey over Paulo, and he might be a great player, but
So I would take.
got to
Paulo.
shoot. You got to shoot.
And I think Paulo is a dog too, because you saw him in the matchup where like you want a matchup where a dog would come out on top was when we watched it. We actually were texting back and forth about it.
Yeah,
we're watching the highlights though, not the game itself. But Paulo versus
that was a
Chet.
big game.
Yeah, big game. That's a big matchup. Obviously, Chet. People are saying he could be possibly Defensive Player of the Year come the NBA.
100%.
And what did Paulo do? Ball. I think he had like 30 points or something like that.
That's in buckets.
And he was shooting and like 53% in the tournament so far. I don't know his yearly numbers, but like I don't know, man. I think he is a focus for defenses, and I think that's obviously going to affect his shooting a little bit the same way Jabari does.
Right.
I think obviously playing with a guy like Cade, he's going to have a lot more open shots. Like I don't know, man. I'm
But
just,
yes, true.
Paulo's last shot and his last make were with 5 minutes left in the second half.
how many shots he take in the second half though? Do you know?
I don't know.
Actually, let me see. I could try to pull it up here.
He had
Play by play.
14 shots on the game.
I think like probably 10 of those were in the
Yeah,
first half.
for sure.
I mean, like
He
probably
had 8
around that number.
makes,
Yeah.
and I know at least 4 of them were in the first half. And yeah, like I said, I don't know.
And maybe I'm selfishly or not even selfishly. It's probably smart to. I'm building a team around Cade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Like Paulo, like I can't.
Where's he gonna play too? What's he gonna play? Small forward, power forward?
Can't shoot. You can't play small. You gotta
can't
play
play
power.
forward. Gotta play
At
power forward. I don't.
He can shoot though.
He's
It's
a little
just
too
not-
small to play power
consistent.
forward.
He's
in
not a
the
great
NBA.
shooter. I can
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that. Everybody can. You
He
can
banged a
shoot.
couple-
I can shoot.
Yeah,
Everyone
he
can
banged
shoot.
a couple threes in that.
How good a
first
shooter
half,
are you? I
but
think Paulo. There's a little bit of Jabari Smith, man.
I
Like,
feel like he's a little too small to play power forward in the NBA.
how tall is he? Like 6'8",
Yeah,
6'9", 6'10"? I forgot how. What's his exact height?
I think he's 6'10".
6'10". So he's got the size, and he's a slasher. He reminds me a little bit of like. I know this is like a weird comparison, and he wasn't this good at college, but like Kyle Kuzma in a minute, but like less of a jump shot. Like 6'10" playing, you're kind of like a stretch 4, but you just got to be a better shooter.
Yeah,
That's really what it is. With
I
him.
could. Kuzma's. That's a good comp. I like that.
Like, yeah, because Kuzma plays more on the perimeter, but you get what I'm saying. In
Yeah.
terms of size, like 6'10" power forward, I mean, I don't know what his
He was 4-7 in the second half.
Okay.
4'7".
Yeah.
Yes, that's not bad.
So no points
But
within
no
5
points.
minutes.
No points in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and again though, it's half court.
Because you got to think down
Basketball.
the stretch. You got to keep the ball out of guys who can't shoot.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to give you the ball if you can't hit free throws.
Yeah.
And you're right, because the misses he had 2 3-pointers and then 1 off the key, like shots. Like
I think it
jumpers.
got to the point where State was like, especially that time, they were contesting him, but it wasn't like, oh no, Paulo's open.
Yeah.
Like it's like, all right, get the hand up, see what happens.
Yeah,
Live with it.
and you guys, you guys know my stance on like the guards. I'm saying like I'd rather just have the big. I mean, even talking to Jalen Rose, I'm asking him like, who would you take? And he's like, in basketball, minus takeaway skill. Everyone has the same exact skill level.
Yeah, take the big
It's
guy.
a big man's game, and that's where I'm at with Jaden Ivey. Like, yeah, like 6'4" guards, explosive guys are super fun to watch, and they're gonna win you some regular season games. When it comes down to like championships, I've I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm preaching to the choir. I've already said this shit already, but Giannis, LeBron,
Kawhi,
KD,
Kawhi. Got that wing
it's
player.
These stretch guys or these big guys. You know what I'm saying? AD and like.
I mean, look at it right now. You know,
Much as Jaden's fun to watch.
Look at the MVP candidates right now.
Big fellas.
Big fellas. Jokic.
Yeah.
Embiid.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
And that's where I'm like, I'd rather just have the big guy.
If Chet's gone,
even just put a body on those guys. You know what I'm saying? Give me a 6'10" guy.
Chet's gone, I want Jabari. Chet and Jabari are gone.
Let's say you get 3.
Give me Jaden Ivey and sign Mitchell Robinson.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Mitchell's a beast.
Mitchell.
I would love Mitchell.
Knicks are my
I think we go
second
after
favorite
Mitchell
team.
either way because I don't know if any of those guys are playing at 5.
Yeah.
I actually agree with you, though. I think I would value, if I'm at 3, I'm not going to sit here. It's not even the Kyle Hamilton talk. I actually am cool with Paolo over Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
It's just preference. Like, I'd want to see that backcourt.
I like Marvin.
Marvin's a beast. And
like, we already got a power forward. You know,
hopefully
Marvin,
you can start.
I'm like Marvin.
Marvin
I'm trying to college. I'm like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, if we draft draft Ivy, sign Mitchell Robinson, you know, they're talking about trading Grant, so we're gonna hypothetically
another first round pick for Grant.
Hypothetically, Jeremy Grant's gone. So our starting 5 would be Cade, Ivy, Sadiq, Marvin, Mitchell Robinson. That's a dog lineup.
I like that.
That's a lineup. That's a big, athletic,
do you
long
think
lineup.
any of those threes, I'm sorry, in the top 3 are playing like the 5 in the NBA? I think they're all playing a 4.
Yeah, no.
So I think you sign Mitchell
small
either,
ball 5.
Yeah. I think you sign Mitchell either way.
I like Marvin, dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, but he can come off the bench.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know.
But he's got that connection with Cade and shit, you know.
Yeah, they were hooping.
Let him have that connection with Cade.
That lob threat. And Killian, all those guys. That's why, I mean, Jabari, and that's probably why I'll always favor him, just because I would, in my imagination, seeing those two in a pick and roll, or Chet even, I just need somebody, and that's why maybe I
pick and pop, pick and roll guy.
Pick and pop, pick and roll, and another guy that can make plays with Cade on the court. Like, there's so much on Cade's shoulders. Like, Jaden Ivey would be like, all right, give me the ball, can run the offense, create for others, and create for myself. Like, maybe Jabari is a guy who relies on others again, like he is a perimeter player. But Paulo, you can give the ball to and be like, go get a bucket. Like just the shooting words.
Here, just texting me, can I get a pee break, please? Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Too bad.
But
hey, we'll see. Pistons, Troy Weaver. It comes back to Troy Weaver. Man knows his shit.
I believe in whatever Troy wants.
I'm a believer in Weaver.
Yeah, I'm good.
Believer in Weaver.
Believer in Weaver.
I'm a believer in Weaver.
Give me some ganja. 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 Give me